Join Kids Hut Stories.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a sage known for his wisdom and spiritual guidance. He lived in a quiet monastery, and people from all over would visit him, bringing gifts like food, clothes, and even money in exchange for his blessings. The sage didn't need many of these gifts, so he sold the ones he didn't use and saved the money. But the sage didn't trust anyone with his wealth. He kept all the money in a small bag that he carried with him everywhere. Whether he was meditating, traveling, or eating, that bag never left his side. One day, a cunning trickster saw the sage walking through the village with his bag. Thought the trickster, that bag must have something valuable inside. I need to find a way to steal it from him. The trickster followed the sage, watching him carefully. The sage noticed the stranger staring at him and asked, "Why do you seem so troubled, my child?" The trickster, pretending to be sad, replied, "Oh, Guruji, I am lost and don't know what to do with my life. I seek peace and guidance. Please help me." Feeling sympathetic, the sage said, "You are blessed to seek peace at such a young age. I will help you." The trickster saw his chance and asked, "Guruji, will you accept me as your disciple? I will do anything you ask." The sage, thinking the man was sincere, agreed and invited him to the monastery. The trickster began living at the monastery, acting like an obedient disciple. But deep inside, his mind was filled with tricks. He was only waiting for the perfect moment to steal the sage's bag. Every day, the trickster tried to earn the sage's trust, but the wise man never let his bag out of his sight. The trickster grew frustrated. "This man never leaves his bag alone," he grumbled. "How will I ever get it?" Desperate, the trickster thought about dangerous ways to steal the bag, like poisoning the sage or attacking him with a knife. But he knew those plans were too risky. One day, a young boy from a nearby village came to the sage, inviting him to perform a sacred ceremony. The sage agreed to visit the village and took the trickster along with him. On the way, the sage suddenly felt the need to relieve himself. He found a nearby bush and decided to step aside. "Please watch my bag while I go for a moment," the sage said, handing the bag to the trickster. The trickster's eyes gleamed with excitement. As soon as the sage was out of sight, he grabbed the bag and ran as fast as he could into the forest. When the sage returned, his heart sank. The trickster and his precious bag were both gone. The sage stood there, shocked and heartbroken. "Oh no," he cried. "I have been robbed by someone I trusted. How could I have been so foolish?" He called out, "Come back, you thief. God will never forgive you for deceiving an innocent man." But the trickster was long gone, and the sage knew there was no way to get his possessions back. He returned to his monastery, empty-handed and wiser than before. The sage realized that trusting someone blindly, without truly knowing them, could lead to heartbreak. From that day forward, he became more careful, understanding that even the kindest words could hide deceit. The moral of the story is simple: don't be fooled by sweet words or appearances. Always be careful when trusting someone you don't know well. If you liked the story, share this with your friends and family, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting stories that teach us valuable life lessons.